Hey guys, it's Michelle Latrice. And so listen, I have a little something on my mind. Okay. I'm not gonna talk about politics because y'all know that's my jam. That's my joint. I'm not gonna talk about how Trump is just putting Dr. Fauci out there. And anyway, and it's a mess. He's wrong. But anyway, I'm gonna move on. Listen, question on my mind. Me and some of my good girlfriends were talking, and when women get together, a lot of times we will talk about relationships. And um I'm not convinced that men do not talk about relationships. I could be wrong. But I'm not convinced. Anyway, we talked about relationships, and one of the things um that kind of came up, and this is not to say that this happens to 100% of people. This is not to say that this always happens, but I know to a lot of women this happens. It seems that when we're in a relationship, we we're in a relationship, or we stay in a relationship to our own detriment. You know what I mean? We're always in a relationship where we give and we give and we give, and I know that we're nurturers, and a lot of times a lot of women are, they feel like they should be I don't know, some kind of I can save you, I can nurse you back to health, um I can be whatever you need me to be, and da da da. I mean, and I know a lot of nurses, and a lot of them got the same characteristics, right? We always want to save somebody, always want to nurse on somebody. So a lot of these things, I think a lot of women like possess those traits. But the long story short is, women stay in relationships that they should not stay in, at the detriment of themselves, at the detriment of their spiritual well-being, emotional well-being. I mean, you literally stay in a relationship um at the very death of yourself. And when I say death, I don't mean your physical death, but I mean really all those things begin to die. You begin to die. Who you are begins to die, and you begin to be somebody that you don't recognize. Okay? Michelle, what you talking about? Come on, I'm bringing it on in. This is what I'm talking about. People can be in a relationship, and you know what you want. I mean, you got your mind made up, you're strong. You find somebody that you really like, that you really attracted to, and the transformation begins. Okay? You can say, "Hey, I'm not going to be in a relationship for the next 5 years, and the joker don't marry me, and the joker does not marry me. I'm not staying in a relationship that long." Well, honey, at 4.9 years, you start saying stuff like, "You know what? I really don't want to be married. I thought I did, but I really don't." But you only saying that because you know the joker is not going to marry you. Okay? And for whatever reason, you believe that God get this is God's answer to your prayer. Well, your prayer wasn't that robust anyway, because you're saying, "Oh Lord, please let him be the one." Listen, that ain't the man God had for you. That might be the man that your lust had for you. That might be the man that your loneliness had for you. Okay? That's who that might be, but it's not who you prayed for. Because listen, if you are in these relationships and the man talking about he can't marry you in 5 years, first of all, you have prayed. Your prayer was amiss. Your prayer was amiss, and you got what you deserve for praying that foolish, them willy nilly prayer. "Oh Lord, please let him." Oh, honey, his muscles, honey, his pecs. If you're praying like that, you getting I mean, you got exactly what the lust wanted. You wasn't praying to God, you was praying to some kind of lust God, but that wasn't God. Okay. And a lot of times we do that. We do that. We get in these relationships, and again, honey, you be about to twist yourself in a whole pretzel, honey. You become a contortionist. You hear me? You will twist yourself up trying to be whatever you think is going to keep that man in that relationship. And the whole time, it's not what you need. Your spirit rather is not being fed. Your emotional needs are not being fed. You over here affection, and he over here talking about "don't touch me." The only time he want to touch you is when he wants to know you biblically. I said it. Crazy. That's crazy. So a lot of times we stay in these relationships. We stay in marriages too long. A lot of times these jokers are not providers, or for instance, they're not providers, they're not protectors, they're liars, they're cheaters, and then we still stay in a relationship. And then there is the audacity to say stuff like, man, she ride or die, man. Man, she deserved me because she was with me when I was out. Why? Why did you stay in that? Explain to me why as a woman we feel that we need to stay in that. Why do we feel like we need to stay with somebody and they cheated on us 15 times? Why? Why you got to be right or die? That's stupid. That's a stupid saying. I bet a dude came up with that. Why you got to ride and die? Why you can't just ride? Why is the requirement that you die? That's some dumb stuff. I don't want to ride and die. No, I'm not riding and die for you. I'm going to ride and die for you. You can't marry me. I've been with you 5 years. And y'all be around here in these relationships talking about, I believe God. You can't believe God for that 5-year relationship where that dude will not marry you. So you think God was in it? He told you to stay with him for 5 years and y'all cohabitate and y'all do all kind of stuff, act biblical, act married. He got the milk. Don't want to buy the cow because they're already getting the milk. Come on. No. And so that's what I mean by being in relationships at the detriment of ourselves, of our well-being. Why should you have to be in a relationship where you're this small? And you don't even know yourself anymore. Why should you have to be in a relationship, like I said, and be a contortionist? You got to switch and change and remold and reshape and do this and do that in order to continue to be in a relationship with this person. They humiliate you, you still there. They tell you they're going to do something, then they don't do it, and you still there. Your family and friends say they support you. No, they don't. They talking about you. Yep. I'm just telling you because I know nobody else want to tell you. No, they talking about you behind your back. And listen, all women have been through this. The majority. Let me take it back because somebody gonna say everybody don't do that. I ain't that stupid. Okay, sis. Listen, the majority of women have been through this. They have been through this. And here's my thing. Why? The question to be asked is why. I believe in my generation, it was you had to have a man to complete the picture, period. Everybody, your goal in life was to get married. But here's the question. Why? Who in our lives sat us down and taught us what relationships are supposed to be like? Who in our lives sat us down and say, hey, baby, this is what a healthy relationship is. This is what a healthy relationship looks like. See, look at them. That's a healthy. We didn't know any good examples. We didn't know what to look for, how to look for, what to pray for, when to pray. Like we knew none of those things. We knew none of those things. So I just learned in my 4th decade that I don't have to have a man, especially if it's not the right man. I'm in my 4th decade of life. Now, don't get me wrong. You would be getting me totally wrong if you think I'm man bashing and I don't need a man. No, I ain't saying, listen. If I got to have me one, I would really like the right one. Because you know what it feels like when you have the wrong one? Right. Yeah, take a moment of silence. Yes, that right there. A mess. You don't have any peace. And let me tell y'all something about not having peace. That's the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Because people are in relationships and they still are by themselves. Okay? And let me tell you something. That we can't blame this on moms. It's more people in our circles, okay, other than our moms that had influences on our lives. Okay, and it's some moms who was around here married and still they were not able to tell us what a healthy relationship. Their relationship wasn't healthy. You have people been married 388 years and 378 of those years he was cheating on her. He wasn't coming home. He got a family on the other side of town. Come on, listen. We need to gather around our young women and let them know and love on them enough to say, hey, love yourself enough where you don't get rid of everything that you want inside of a relationship to call it a relationship. Don't have to be this small. You can still be the unique you. You can still be yourself. You can absolutely be yourself and still be in a relationship, and a loving relationship at that. Do not diminish so you can be in a relationship. Because 9 times out of 10, no, I'm sorry, 10 times out of 10, it's somebody out there that's like you because you're you. It's 10 times out of 10, somebody out there that's going to love you because you're you. And you won't have to turn into a contortionist just to be with somebody. Now, I don't know. Y'all tell me, I could be wrong. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of those things. All of those things. Tell me what y'all think. Because, I mean, that was on my mind today, y'all. Bye, y'all.